Hi everyone, this is Faisal Nadeem from Knowledge Topper and welcome to today's lecture on third-party risk management. Basically, in an increasingly, interconnected world, organizations often rely on third parties to carry out, its critical functions. While these partnerships do offer various benefits, but they also introduce risk that must be addressed. We will cover our topic on third-party risk management in three parts. This is our first part. In this lecture, we will explore the concept of third-party risk management and also understand its importance through a real-life example. I will also share with you guys some common types of third-party risk management as well. Then in next lecture, we will understand third-party risk management framework, and in third lecture, we will cover third-party risk management process. I will attach all the links in the description of this video. So if you are watching my video for the first time, I just want to let you know that I believe in real life situational based examples to clear concept of my students. So to understand all our concept, we will use examples throughout all three lectures. So let's start it. First of all, we will cover the definition to have a basic understanding. Then we will move towards our example. So as written on your screen, third party risk management refers to the process of identifying, assessing and mitigating risk associated with the engagement of external entities like third parties that provide products, services, or perform critical functions on behalf of an organization. These third parties can include suppliers, vendors, contractors, service providers, or any external entity that interacts with an organization's systems, data, or processes. Basically, in an increasingly interconnected business environment, organizations rely heavily on numerous external third parties to support their operations. However, this reliance introduces potential risk to the organization that must be effectively managed to safeguard organizational resilience. Let's understand third party risk management with the help of an example. Suppose there is a bank, a financial institution named as XYZ Bank. We all know that banks relies on a third party IT services provider to manage its core banking system, and we assume same in our case of XYZ Bank, that XYZ Bank relies on a third party IT services provider to manage its core banking system. That includes customer data, transaction processing, and digital banking platform as well. So because the third party IT services provider has all the access to XYZ Bank's crucial data, so it is very important for XYZ Bank to manage all the possible third party related risk. Now we will understand the importance of third party risk management by using same example of XYZ Bank. So the first importance is operational continuity. Basically, third parties plays a crucial role in the operations of many organizations, and managing third party risk helps ensure continuity by identifying potential vulnerabilities and by implementing measures to minimize disruptions as well. Like in our example of XYZ Bank, if let's suppose that the system of third party service provider goes down, then XYZ Bank could face operational continuity. The second importance is data protection and privacy. Third parties often handle sensitive data and have access to an organization's systems as well. So basically effective risk management always ensures that appropriate safeguards are in place to protect confidential information, and they maintain compliance with data protection regulations as well. Like if we talk about our example, due to poor evaluation in selecting third party IT services provider, XYZ Bank's data protection and privacy could be compromised. The third importance is reputation and brand protection. The actions or failures of third parties can significantly impact an organization's reputation, and by managing risk associated with external partners, organization can also safeguard their brand image and also maintain customer trust as well. Like for example, if XYZ Bank fails to evaluate top rated IT service provider, and the sensitive data of its customers could be compromised, then it led to bad reputation of XYZ Bank, and the bank have to face regulatory compliance, which is our last point of importance as well. Because XYZ Bank are responsible for the actions of their third party partners, and because they are the ones who hire the services of third party IT services provider. So basically failure to manage risk adequately, it can result in non-compliance with industry regulations or legal requirements that leading to different penalties and reputational damage as well. So all these are the importance of third party risk management. Okay, now if we discuss some common types of third party related risk, at number one we have operational risk. Actually, operational risk arises from the potential for disruptions, failures, or inefficiencies in third parties operations that can impact on organizations processes, service delivery, or overall performance as well. As I have already shared with you the example of XYZ Bank, if the system of third party service provider goes down, then XYZ Bank could face disruptions in operational continuity. Okay, so that is the example of operational risk. The second type is compliance and legal risk. It involves the risk of non-compliance with applicable laws, regulations, or industry standards by third parties, which can expose the organization to legal and regulatory consequences as well. Same example should be considered here as well, that I have discussed with you in last point, where due to poor evaluation in selecting third party service provider, like if the protection and privacy of confidential data of XYZ Bank's customers is compromised, then XYZ Bank have to face compliance and legal issues as well. Okay, the third type is data security and privacy risk. It pertains to the protection of sensitive information entrusted to third parties. Data breaches, unauthorized access, or inadequate data protection measures by third parties, it can lead to reputational damage and legal ramifications as well. Okay, then we have financial risk. This risk includes the financial stability and viability of third parties, like financial issues such as bankruptcy, insolvency, or fraudulent activities can have severe consequences on an organization's operations and financial health as well. Like for example, if the IT service company go bankrupt, that is the example of financial risk. Okay, the next type is reputational risk. Basically, it is the potential negative impact on an organization's reputation arising from the actions, behaviors, or performance of third parties. Okay, the sixth type is supply chain risk. It refers to risk associated with dependencies on suppliers or vendors that can disrupt the supply chain, affecting product availability, quality, or delivery. Okay, like for example, assume there is a company who manufactures electronic devices, and due to natural disasters, they face supply chain disruptions. Okay, so that is the example of supply chain risk. Okay, so all these are the common types of risk. Okay, actually the main purpose to include these types of risk in this lecture is basically to let you guys know the importance of these risks. If an organization identify all these potential risk areas of vulnerabilities when engaging with their third parties, it enables them to implement appropriate risk mitigation strategies effectively. Okay, third party risk management framework refers to the structured approach and processes used by organizations to identify, assess, monitor, and mitigate risk associated with their relationships with third party vendors, suppliers, service providers, or any external entities they collaborate with. Okay, I said it's a structured approach because we have to follow a process that involves our framework's general principles. Okay, and the framework helps organizations understand the potential risk that may arise from these relationships, and by implementing strategies to manage and minimize those risks. Okay, now we will understand the third party risk management framework with the help of an example. Okay, let's consider a bank that relies on a third party payment processing company to handle its online transactions. Okay, so all these are the key steps, or you can say components, of a third party risk management framework. Okay, we will understand each step one by one with the help of an example. Okay, first of all, we have risk identification. This step involves in identifying and cataloging all third party relationships within the organization. It includes gathering information about the nature of the relationships, the services or products provided, and the criticality of those relationships to the organization's operation. Okay, if we talk about our example of a bank, so in first step, the bank identifies its reliance on their payment processing company, and categorizes it as a critical third party relationship due to the direct impact on customer transactions, and the potential for financial losses as well. Okay, then in second step we have risk assessment. Okay, so once the relationships are identified, a risk assessment is conducted to evaluate the potential risk associated with each third party. This assessment considers various factors such as the sensitivity of data shared, regulatory compliance requirement, financial stability of the third party and their security practices as well. If we talk about our example, in this step, the bank assess the payment processing company's security controls, their financial stability, and also their compliance with relevant regulations, like such as the payment card industry data security standard. Their short form is like if you want to search on that particular payment card industry data security standard, then the short form is PCI DSS. Okay, they also identify the potential risk associated with data breaches, service interruptions, or non-compliance with regulatory requirements as well. Okay, then we have due diligence. This stage involves conducting a thorough evaluation of the third party's capabilities, their reputation, and overall risk profile. Okay, actually in this step, organizations may review the third party's financial statements, their security policies, and their business continuity plans as well. And they also conduct site visits or interviews to ensure compliance with required standards as well. Like in our example, the bank conducts due diligence by reviewing the payment processing company's financial statements, their security policies, and by conducting interviews with their security team as well. They also assess their disaster recovery and business continuity plans to ensure they align with the bank's requirements. Okay. At number 4, we have contractual and legal considerations. In this step, organizations establish contracts and legal agreements that outline the responsibilities, the obligations, and liabilities of both parties. Okay, this includes like defining security requirements, data protection measures, breach notification procedures, and also compliance with relevant regulations. Like in our example, the bank establishes a contract with the payment processing company that outlines their security expectations, their confidentiality requirements, and data protection measures as well, and also liability provisions in case of any breaches or any non-compliance. Okay, then in next step we have ongoing monitoring. Like basically once the relationship is established, continuous monitoring is necessary to ensure ongoing compliance with agreed upon standards. Okay, this involves periodic assessments, audits, and performance reviews of the third party. In this step, organization may also use automated tools to monitor the third party security posture and also detect any changes or any vulnerabilities as well. In our example, the bank continuously monitors the payment processing company's security practices. Okay, their performance and their compliance with the agreed upon standards as well. They also periodically assess the company's security controls and also conduct audits to identify any vulnerabilities or any non-compliance issues as well. Okay, the next step is incident response and remediation. Okay, in the event of a security breach, data loss, or other incidents, organizations must have a well-defined incident response plan that includes the involvement of the third party. Okay, like basically if we talk about our example, in the event of a security incident or breach involving the payment processing company, the bank collaborates with the third party payment processing company in order to investigate about the incident, and they also remediate any damages as well. Okay, they have an incident response plan that outlines the roles, the responsibilities, and also the communication channels between the bank and the payment processor as well. Okay, then we have termination and transition. Like if a third party relationship is terminated, organizations need to have plans in place to ensure a smooth transition and the secure transfer of data and services to an alternative vendor or back in house as well. Like if we talk about our example of a bank, if the bank decides to switch to another payment processing company or bring the processing in house, they must have a plan in place to ensure a smooth transition. Okay, like basically it includes securely transferring of customer data, coordinating the transition period, and ensuring continuity of service for customers as well. Okay, so by following this third party risk management framework, the bank can effectively identify, assess, and mitigate the risk associated with its relationships with the payment processing company. Okay, and they also ensure the security and integrity of customer transactions as well. So as I discussed with you guys the definition of third party risk management, if we recall it again, third party risk management refers to the process of identifying, assessing, and mitigating risk associated with the engagement of external parties, like third parties that provide products, services, or perform critical functions on behalf of an organization. Okay, so we have discussed that third party risk management, it is a continuous ongoing process to identify, assess, and mitigate risk associated with third parties. Now, in order to manage third party risk, we have to understand the process. Okay, let's understand the third party risk management process with the help of an example first. Suppose there is a corporation named as ABC Corporation, and they have contracted with the third party call center service provider. Okay, basically ABC Corporation, in order to manage its third party related risk, they have to follow this process. So this is the whole process. Okay, I will explain you each step followed by the example. Okay, so at number one, we have identification and categorization of third parties. In this step, corporations, need to identify all third parties with whom they have a business relationship. They have to categorize all the risk based on their level of risk and criticality. Like if we talk about, our example, in this step, ABC Corporation identifies its call center provider as a critical third party risk who is responsible for, customer support operations. And the call center provider is, categorized as a high risk third party, like basically due to the potential impact on ABC Corporation's customer experience and its brand reputation as well. Okay, the second step is assessing and prioritizing risk. Okay, actually in this step, companies conduct a risk assessment to identify potential risk associated with each third party. Okay, they have to evaluate the potential impact and the likelihood of these risks, and they have to prioritize the risk based on their severity and the level of potential impact as well. Okay, if we talk about our example, in this step, ABC Corporation conducts a risk assessment and identifies potential risk associated with the call center provider. Okay, like such as data breaches, service disruptions, and poor quality of customer interactions. They assess the impact and likelihood of each risk, and they also have to prioritize them based on their severity as well. Okay, then the third step is perform due diligence. In this step, companies needs to gather relevant information about the third party, such as financial stability, reputation, and compliance history. They also need to evaluate the third party's capabilities, resources, and security measures as well. They also assess their compliance with legal, regulatory, and industry standards as well. Okay, like if we talk about our example of ABC Corporation, they basically performs due diligence on the call center provider. Okay, they also review their financial stability, their industry reputation, and track record of customer service excellence as well. They also assess their compliance with data protection regulations and industry standards for call center operations as well. Okay, the fourth step is contractual and compliance measures. Okay, in this step, companies develop well-defined contracts or agreements that outlines the responsibilities, expectations, and obligations of both parties. Okay, this step also includes clauses related to risk mitigation, confidentiality, data protection, and compliance with laws and regulations. Companies also need to define performance metrics and service level agreements to ensure adherence to quality standards as well. Okay, like basically in this step, ABC Corporation develops a comprehensive contract with the call center provider. Okay, the contract basically includes clauses related to data privacy, confidentiality, security controls, and compliance with basically applicable laws and regulations. Okay, and they also establish service level agreements for response time and for call quality and for customer satisfaction as well. Okay, the fifth step is ongoing monitoring and reviews. In this step, companies establish mechanism for ongoing monitoring of third party performance and for risk exposure. Okay, they regularly review their compliance with contractual terms and regulatory requirements. They also conduct periodic assessment, audits, or site visits to verify their adherence to different policies and standards as well. Okay, so basically in this step, ABC Corporation implements a monitoring program to oversee the call center providers performance. Okay, they regularly review call recordings, customer feedback, and also key performance metrics as well. They also conduct periodic audits to assess compliance with different contractual obligations and regulatory requirements as well. Okay, the sixth step is incident response and remediation. In this step, companies develop an incident response plan to address any disruptions, breaches, or any incidents involving the third party. Okay, they establish clear communication channels and escalation procedures to promptly address issues. Okay, they also implement remediation measures and collaborate with the third party to resolve any identified shortcomings as well. Okay, like for example, if there is a data breach or service disruption. Okay, ABC Corporation needs to have an incident response plan in place. They also collaborate with the call center provider to investigate the incident, and also take necessary remedial actions, and communicate with affected customers as well. And they also need to learn lessons from incidents and try to improve security measures in order to mitigate future risk as well. The next step is continuous improvement and reporting. In all previous lectures, I highlight this important step, and told you multiple times that third party risk management is an ongoing continuous process. Okay, and basically companies have to continuously assess and enhance the third party risk management process based on lessons learned from past, and from emerging risk as well. Okay, they need to seek feedback from stakeholders and incorporate industry best practices as well. They also need to provide regular reporting to senior management and relevant stakeholders on the effectiveness of risk mitigation efforts. Okay, so in this step, ABC Corporation continually needs to improve its third party risk management process by incorporating feedback from customers and from internal stakeholders as well. They need to stay updated on emerging risk in the call center industry, and also try to adopt best practices accordingly. They also need to ensure that regular reports are provided to senior management, and they also need to highlight the effectiveness of risk mitigation efforts, and the performance of the call center provider as well. Okay, so that is all about third party risk management process. By following this structured third party risk management process, you can identify and manage all your organization's risk associated with your third party relationships more effectively. And this process not only enables your organization to protect its operation, its data and reputation, but it also ensures in maintaining compliance with applicable regulations and industry standards as well. I have tried my level best to explain you each step with clarity, and by including examples. So I hope you like this video and it's useful for you. Please let me know in the comment section if you like it. I have already uploaded a lot of videos on different risk management topics. All the links are in the description of this video. So if you like this video, thumbs up. Do appreciate our hard work in creating this particular video for you by subscribing our channel Knowledge Shopper, as well as like our Facebook page, and do join our Facebook group as well, where you will find a lot of good material, not just related to these topics but from many other different topics as well. Okay, so that is it for this video. Thank you so much everyone. It's time to say bye bye.